What is up, guys? I'm your friendly neighborhood web war fanatic, and today we got a gameplay analysis of Black Widow in Protection versus the Collector on Expert Mode. So basically, one of my channel members, Naro Antlers, I want to give a huge shout out to Naro. Thank you so much for all of your support. He has a custom gameplay analysis request for this month where he played a Protection Black Widow deck here that he built to take on the Collector on Expert Mode. And he sent this game to me, and I'm very excited to take a look at it for the first time right now. And we'll be analyzing each one of his turns, his decisions, what he chooses to play, what he doesn't play, and I'll just be giving my take for what I would do and seeing what he does. And you guys may or may not know this, but in Marvel Champions, it's a huge myth that Black Widow is very has a very difficult time taking on the Collector, especially on Expert Mode, because the Collector counters Black Widow's mechanic, because the Collector has this collection game area where he sends every single card that leaves play over there, and Black Widow plays a bunch of cards. She puts a bunch of cards in play with her upgrades and all of her preparations. So whenever she plays them, you have this card to trigger the effect of the preparation card. They all go into the collection. So I actually did a Mythbusters video on this, matchup. Playing Black Widow Injustice against the Collector, and I lost, both the games I played for that, and yeah, it was a very, very difficult matchup. Naro decided to try this and ramp it up even more tough by playing her in Protection. I definitely think that Protection is the weakest aspect for Black Widow, especially against the Collector here. So yeah, we'll see what he does here. Yeah, and I'm very excited to jump into this. I have not watched this at all, so we'll see how it goes. This is a pretty short game. It is under 20 minutes, so yeah, let's take a look at whatever happens here. So I already skipped the beginning of the video, which is whenever Naro does his mulligans, or not his mulligans, whenever he shuffles up both players' decks. So he's going to do his mulligan right now. And yeah, so here it did everything for the setup. So the 4th threat on the main scheme. Collector has 14 health. Black Widow starts off with her 9 and Arch Eagle. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what he draws for his mulligan here. All right. Oh, and the sound for his video did cut off, so there won't be any sound. But oh, we got Nick Fury there, so that's really good. So I'll just be giving my input here. And he does have Return to Favor, which is a very interesting card here against Collector. I'm not sure how it's gonna go. So for his mulligans, I mean, okay, let's just take a look at this hand first. So I think we want to go pretty high tempo here, right? So if I'm him, I'm holding on to Nick Fury. I think I'm holding on to Dance of Death here as well. I don't know. I feel like I have to, right? And the Powerful Punch, Return to Favor. You can review a Treachery, or you discard until you get Treachery from the counter deck, and you could do 5 damage to villain. Yeah, I'm not sure here. Repost. I would probably mulligan the Powerful Punches in the Repost. I'm just really looking for a double for Nick, or I would just keep this hand, and I just use the 4 protection cards as resources to play Nick Fury. Nick would draw me 3 cards. I play the Dance of Death, and then just do a bunch of damage there. So that'll be, Nick will swing for 2. Dance of Death does, 1, 2, 3, so 6 damage. Black Widow swings for another 2, so that's gonna be 10 damage on a Collector. I'm not sure. We get no setup if we do that though. I think that's what I would do. I would just try to really rush the Collector here. I feel like I think that's what I would do. All right, so let's see what Naro Antlers does here with his mulligans. So normally he would, talk about what he would do, but unfortunately, sound is not here. He's holding on to Nick, right? I think he's mulliganing for. Yeah, okay, he's mulliganing for. So it's holding on to Nick and Return to Favor, which is a really cheap way to do 5 damage. So that's very interesting. He got 4 cards back with Nick. That's a tough one. And he got Safe House. Safe House is a really good card for Black Widow, but it's an alter ego action. Are we going to be flipping back down to alter ego again? I don't know. Okay, so with this hand, what I do, I may just use the 4 cards to play Nick, pick his option to do 4 damage to an enemy, do 4 damage to Collector, and then maybe have Nick swing for 2. Um, and then would I take a card out of, I don't know. I think I would just swing with Black Widow, and then play the Return to Favor and get a Treachery and then do 5 more damage. That would actually pop Collector, right? Because let's see, Nick would do 6, Black Widow does 2, so that's 8 damage plus the Return to Favor plus 5, so that'll be 13 damage. No, he still won't be flipped. Yeah, I don't know. This is a really tough one. I don't know. Let's just see what Nara does here. I honestly I don't have a good answer for this. I don't know what I would do. This is a very tough situation. We did not get a double, and we're stuck here facing the Collector. I think he just remembered to put the card into the collection here. So the top card of your deck goes into the collection with the collector's one reviewed effect, or you take 3 damage. So you should have actually done that before we do the mulligans, because we do the setup for the villain phase first. It doesn't really change anything, so it's pretty much the same thing. But yeah. Oh, he took 3 damage actually. Okay, so there's two effects actually. So with the main scheme, you put the top card of your deck into the collection, and then with the collector's one review, you actually take another card, or you can choose either to take 3 damage or put the top card of your deck into the collection. So you get 2 cards in collection, or you get 1 card and you take 3 damage. So he chose the one to take 3 damage. I think he may just I would probably just recover this off, right? Yeah, so he exhausted to recover. I think that's a better play there. So he just heals back up to 9. But you do have 1 card in the collection. And he flips up to hero form here. And yeah, what's he gonna do? I'm definitely playing Nick with those 4 cards, right? Let's see. Yeah, okay, he's doing that too. We definitely got the same game plan here. And is he gonna pick the drawing one? Oh, he chooses to draw. Okay, I think he's deciding here if he wants to draw or do 4 damage. Okay, he's drawing. Ooh, Grant Ward is massive. Another return the favor. Oh, with a double there, it kind of stinks. 2 return to favors and Grant Ward. Um, That's pretty crazy. Okay, so that's actually, oh, I'm positive there. That is really good. So he used a hero action. Actually, the double, I didn't say that's really good. So the double there, you can use as a hero action, spend 2 resources to get a card from collection and discard it back into the owner's discard pile. So that works perfectly. That's only once per phase. If there's 5 cards in the collection, by the way, then the players lose the game. So he did that. He discarded the covert ops back into his discard pile, and now collection is down 0. So that's really good. The threat is at 4 out of 10. So if the collector pulls in like an advance, gets a boost of 3, we can just lose there. I think I'm just gonna rush it though. I'm just gonna ignore the threat. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if that's a better play. That's probably what I would do. So yeah, that was a really good play to use a double as a resource sink to get rid of the cards in the collection. And in here, I mean, we're definitely playing Grant Ward, right? But do we play a Return of Favor before playing Grant Ward? Return of Favor could do 10 damage right now, but get 2 treacheries. I don't know. The treacheries are really, really scary. I'm not so Nar Ants, I know he's a very risky player. He loves the pull aspect. He loves high risk things. I am not as much of a risky player here, so I'm not sure what I would do there. I feel like we just gotta go for it, right? So I think I would just play both Return of Favors first, do a total of 10 damage, review 2 more treacheries, hope they're not advances, and then maybe Black Widow and Nick will just swing at the collector and then play Grant Ward afterwards and swing 2 on the next stage. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what he does. I don't know if he's gonna do more of a tempo build. Okay, he played Grant first here. Um, so maybe he's gonna manage threat and just hold on to return of favors, maybe until he has the kill shot. Um, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what he's gonna do here. So I think Nick went ahead and thwarted, right? Or did do damage. So he's exhausting both allies here. They're both exhausted. They both took a life, so they both have 2 hit points left. Yeah, so he just had both Dre and Nick Thor. Okay, so he's not doing much damage this turn. I think, yeah, he's just playing it cool here. I forgot Black Widow was exhausted as well. Wait, no, okay. So he ended up doing the damage here. So he did 4 damage, and threat is still at 4 here on the main scheme. Okay, so he's going damage build, and he played Return to Favor here. So now he's going to discard. Okay, oh, okay. That's actually not bad. So you have to discard encounter until you get a treachery. Exhaustion is a treachery. He has Surge, and you also exhaust your identity. So that's not bad because Black Widow is already exhausted. And after you do review exhaustion, you can do 5 damage. But the exhaustion will surge to get another encounter card, which is a side scheme here. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. Just a regular side scheme with the acceleration, the crystal ball. I believe that one, the player who defeats this scheme can play a card from here, reducing its cost by 3. Oh, that one's really nice. With hindered 2, I believe. So it's going to be 5 threat on there. Okay. And then one thing to keep in mind is Grant Ward here. Oh, he played the other one. Oh my goodness. Okay, he played the other return of favor. Okay, I want to touch on Grant Ward after. Actually, let's touch on it right now. So really quick with Grant Ward, here's a force response, so you have to trigger it. After you spend, or after you review a treachery, you have to either spend a mental resource or you do 2 damage to your identity and remove Grant Ward from the game. So Nar Antlers told me afterwards that he actually missed that, and I think that's completely okay. I mean, I miss Grant Ward's force response all the time as well. It's just an easy thing to forget unless we have like a counter pointing to it or something like that. But yeah, so he missed the stuff on Grant Ward, but we're still just gonna go through this game and see what happens. But yeah, he should have. I think he had no resources, so he should have just taken 2 damage there and then remove Grant Ward from the game. So hopefully Grant Ward doesn't have that much of an impact in this game, but we'll see what happens. So I think he still could have actually for this turn, he actually could have just played the 2 return of favors and then play Grant Ward afterwards. So you review the treasuries before Grant Ward, and then everything would have been fine there. So I think for this turn, actually, it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, it definitely wouldn't matter here. So he's milling here, playing the second return to favor. And here did the 5 damage on a collector. So he's milling, getting rid of those minions are really good here. Actually, this is actually pretty good tech, I think, because collector has really nasty minions. And if you get a minion with like guard, you have to defeat it in order to attack the collector. If you defeat the guard minion, it goes into collection as well. And then, yeah, this is really bad because you got to get a card in collection and then waste damage on the minions. So if you play Return to Favors, you're milling out all those minions, which is actually pretty good here. And he got the poison. I believe that's one of those artifacts where you get a poison counter on every single turn, and then at the beginning of the player phase, you put a poison counter on there. Yeah. So it starts with 0 counters. When your turn begins, you put a counter, and then you take 1 damage for each counter on the card. So that's actually not bad if you're rushing down a collector here. So we'll see how it goes. And I know a lot of you guys might be thinking, why is he rushing in protection? That is the restriction that Nar Analyst wanted to face. He wanted to try this challenge of protection Black Widow. He loves the protection aspect. He's obsessed with it. So yeah, it makes sense he wants to try this in protection. I think it's definitely more of a challenge because aggression is a lot easier to rush in, obviously, than protection. Yeah, so he got the poison. Wait, okay, that's not treachery. I don't know why I went through that. He's moving for treachery here, guys. I am blanking out here. Okay, he got master plan. That's not bad. So he plays 4th threat on each side scheme. Crystal Ball just goes up to a 9. So we're not clearing out Crystal Ball here. That's fine. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna ignore the threat here. We have Collector down to 5, and then he's gonna do 5 damage with the Return of Favor. So now Collector is defeated. He's gonna flip over to his 3rd and final stage here on turn 1. So that's not bad. The Return of Favor is definitely worked out there. It was definitely favorable. He has a Wonder Beat effect. I don't remember exactly what it is. I think it's you put the top card of your deck into collection, as we see him doing right now. And I think you place threat on the main scheme equal to the cards in the collection. Let's see if that's what it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so you put 1 threat in the main scheme because there's 1 card in the collection, so 5 threat in the main scheme total now out of 10. And the collector will have, I think he has 16 health. Or is it 18? He has 16 health. Yeah. Okay. So, wait. Did he put 2 more? There's 18 health on a collector here. Okay, so we're getting close. We just gotta take down 18 health and then we can defeat him. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. And then Grant Ward can also not defend. That's one of his effects. He just can't defend for the player. Okay, so we got Nick Fury Sr. with the double. That's really good. Haymaker's really good as well. Yeah, this is going to be really close because the collector pulls an advance. He gets it here. If he doesn't, I think Nar might be able to get just enough damage. So we'll see. All right, so he got drew back up his hand size. He's ready back up, and now it's the villain's first turn here. So we had 2 to main because of the acceleration on Crystal Ball. And the collector's going to attack here. So obviously, I would just exhaust Nick Fury to defend his attack because Nick is going to leave play anyway. So let's see what Narcos does. So he deals a boost card to the collector. Nick Fury defends. I love how clear everything is. We got rid of advance. That's perfect. So Nick takes the attack. He goes away. And then, oh yeah, and then when he leaves, I always forget this when I play collector. Whenever any character leaves play, or any card leaves play that's already in play, like Nick Fury, he's the ally that's in play. And when he leaves play, he goes into the collection. So now there's 2 cards in the collection. If we hit 5, we lose a game. So definitely getting it close there now. 2 out of 5. So Nick just goes in there, and then we get dealt 1 face down counter card from the collector. And hopefully it's another side scheme like the Crystal Ball, right? Okay, that's not bad. That is his cloak. What does that do? I think that does nothing actually. It just has an amplify, and you attach it to the collector. So basically, every single boost card will have +1 boost icon. And as a hero, actually, I think you have to spend like I think 3 resources of the same type or something like that to discard it. We're not gonna worry about that anymore, right? We're just gonna go for the kill, right? So yeah, so collector gets his jacket or suit thing, whatever. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so it's backward to player face here. Okay, what would I do with his hand? With Nick Fury Sr., he can draw you 2 cards. It's not gonna be as good. He can remove threat. Threat's at 9. I mean, threat's at 7. I mean, it's gonna go up to 9. I think at this point we're gonna go for the kill, right? And if we can't make the kill, we just hope he doesn't get an advance, and then we should get the kill next turn, right? Because the threat will be at 9, and there's 2 out of 5 cards in the collection, so might be doable. Let me think. So are we playing Nick Fury Sr. here? We could. 1, 2. Yeah, so he didn't review a treasury there actually. So Grant Ward stays fine there, right? Because no treasury got reviewed. So if it's only those 2 treasuries in the beginning, that's actually fine because Grant Ward wouldn't have changed anything if he just played Grant Ward first. It was just a sequencing that was a little bit messed up. Let me think. Okay, we play Nick Fury Sr. using the attack acrobatics, Haymaker, and the double. Play him in the. Let's say we draw 2 cards with this effect. You play Starhawk. Black Widow swings for 2. Nick swings for 2. Star swings for 2. That's 6 damage on the collector. Brings him down to 12. Grant can swing for 2. Brings him down to 10 life. Brings him down to 10 life, and then we have a bunch of allies here. We can swing for 6 next turn. We just need like, yeah, I think if it were me, I would play Nick Fury Sr. with the double, the Haymaker, and the Attack Acrobatics. Pick his effect to draw 2 cards, play Starhawk, and just have all the allies and Black Widow attack here. And Nick Sr. will leave play, but he can just chump block and attack, go into the collection. That's fine. Yeah, that's what I would do. Let's see what Gnar Antlers does here. We can skip a little bit. So I think he's talking it through. Unfortunately, we can't hear him, but I'm sure he's saying, going through his thought process. Okay, he's activating right now with the allies. So Grand Warrior and Black Widow just activated. What do they do? They're just swinging it for 2 each, so 4 damage. Yeah, we got him down to 14. We're cutting it close here. We just gotta bring him down to 0. And let's see what he's gonna do here. Skip a little bit. Oh yeah, that's what I would do too. So he's playing Nick Fury Sr. with 4 resources, and he's gonna pick the one to draw 2, I believe. Yep, he's drawing 2. 1, 2. I have not seen his video, guys, so this is my first reaction. And he uses 2 resources. We're getting Starhawk down. We're doing the exact same thing. Shout out to Gnar Antlers. Great minds think alike. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's really cool seeing that sequencing that way. And then he's exhausting them both right away. I think they're just going to both attack for 4, right? Yeah, exhausting both of them. 4 more damage on the Collector brings him down to 10. And they both take some consequential damage. Starhawk takes 2 for attacking, so he's down to 1 life. Nick Fury's down to 2 life. And then Grant War has 1 life left. Yeah, so Collector is down to 10 life here. He's ending his turn running back up. Okay. All right, that is, okay. So it all comes down this turn. If we get an advance, we lose. Collector's going to attack. We're going to have Nick Fury block, of course. And then we really need to draw into attack event, right? We want Starhawk to swing for 2. Grant War swings for 2. Black Widow swings for 2. That's 6 damage. 4 life left on a Collector. We need someone to do 4 more damage with where we draw. Hopefully we get the Dance of Death here. So he got a prep. Winter Soldier. Oh, wait, but we don't have any preparation, so it actually doesn't matter. Come on, we need an attack. We did not get an attack. Oh, what's he going to do here? Winter Soldier, he can play it. It's just 2 more damage, so it's not enough. That's a tough hand. Okay, so he's adding the threat on the main. It goes from 7 up to 9 now. So we don't really have much turns left. Collector is going to attack, and there's Amplify. So, of course, we're going to block with Nick Fury Sr. And the boost here is just, oh, what is that boost effect? If there are 3 or fewer cards, oh, I hate that boost effect. Okay, so put the top card of your deck face up into the collection because there's 3 or fewer cards there. So now there's going to be 3 cards there. That is terrible. And Nick Fury Sr. will get defeated and also go into the collection. So there's going to be 4 cards in the collection now. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, man, we got double 2. All right, so I don't know how he's going to get out of this. This is funny. This is like a regular collector game here, especially if you're rushing him down, right? It comes down to the wire. So 4 cards in the collection now. Nick Fury Sr. to attack, and then we get 1 face on counter card here. So let's see what it is. Getting Sonic Ghost. Okay, that's not bad. The Sonic Ghost, whenever he's reviewed, confuses your hero, and then he has no guard, so we just bypass him, like ignoring him, and go for the collector here. Unfortunately, we don't have damage in our hand, so yeah, I don't know. I think if it were me, we have to discard a card from the collection, right? Let's see what his hand is here again. I think he has. Okay, he's got 5 cards in the hand. I don't know here, man. We cannot play Grappling Hook because we are confused. I think we thwart with Grant Ward, right? Grant Ward can thwart for 2. Drop the main back down to 7 again, so it goes back up to 9. And Grant Ward take constant damage, get defeated. And then Starhawk. I don't know. We had to spend 2 resources, right, to get rid of the Grand Collection thing. I'm not sure. Okay, I would have Grant Ward. Let's thwart for 2 with Grant Ward. And then there's no point having Starhawk thwart though, right? I'm thinking about having him thwart, return back to him, playing back down again. But we don't want that because 1 extra thwart removal, like the line it doesn't matter, right? We don't need 1 extra thwart. We can just keep it at 7 and we're good there, right? We don't need an additional thwart there. So let me think. If We had to spend 2 resources to get rid of a card from collection, and then we have 2 resources left. So do we play a grappling hook? Um, I think we could play a grappling hook to get rid of a treachery. That could be actually really useful. And actually, one thing to really know here, if Grant War dies to constant damage now, I think the game would have still been clean. Basically, all he had to do was play Grant War after playing the 2 return favors because he never reviewed a treachery when a Grant War was in play. Yeah, I think what I would do is I would play the grappling hook, use the so I have 2 cards left in my hand because grappling hook is 3 effective resources, right? The card itself and 2 more resources, and I'll use the hero action, spend 2 resources to discard card from the collection. Oh, Grand War goes into the collection if he leaves play though. Oh man, I don't know. And then I Black Widow can't thwart. I I I don't know. I don't know what to do here, guys. Okay, so let's see. We have Starhawk, thwart for 1 from the main. He takes 1 constant damage with this effect. If he takes damage equal to his remaining life, he comes back to your hand. Use 2 resources to play Starhawk back down. He thwarts again for 1. Drop him in the main down to 7. Then we use 2 cards from our hand to discard a card from the collection. Black Widow swings for 2, brings the collector down to 8. I think that's what I would do here. Yeah, so Grand War stays alive. We need him for the final kill shot. Not right now. Yeah, and one cool thing with Starhawk, and this is a really cool tech from Gnar Antlers. Starhawk, when he takes constant damage equal to his remaining life, he won't get defeated. He, as interrupt, gets returned back to your hand before he goes into discard pile, so he does not go into the collection. Because the way the collection works is when a card will go into discard pile, instead of going there, it goes into the collection. Starhawk would never go into discard pile because he comes back to your hand if he triggers his effect where he takes damage equal to his remaining life to get defeated. Yeah, so I think, yeah, that's what I would do. So we would just, to reiterate that, we're going to have Starhawk thwart for 1, return him back to your hand, play him back down for 2 resources, have him thwart again for another 1, so it drops the main down to 7, and then Black Widow is going to swing for 2 on the collector because we are confused anyways, and we keep Grant War up for 1 more activation next turn. Yeah, so let's see what he does. He's probably thinking it through just like what I was just doing. So we can skip through a little bit. Okay, wait, did he do something here? He did, I think Starhawk. Yeah, Starhawk just thwarted, I believe, because he took some damage off of Starhawk. So, okay, that's exactly the same line I was thinking as well here. So we dropped the main from 9 down to 8. Starhawk comes back to your hand, does not go into the collection. And then I think we just play Starhawk back down here, right? 2 resources. It doesn't really matter which ones. I think he's thinking what he wants to do. Oh, what did he just do? What did he just do? He did 4 for Winter Soldier? No, wait. Oh, wait a minute. I think he played Covert Ops here. But he's confused. Maybe he'll realize that. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, so he realized he was confused here. I think. Wait, what did he do? Um, so he took Nick Fury out of the collection. Okay, I think he thwarted here. Okay, that is not what I was thinking. So he actually thwarted here. Okay, so what I think what he did was he used his basic activation as Black Widow to thwart, get rid of the confuse. Then he threw away he played Covert Ops right here. Let me see. Let me make sure I get that right. Okay, so he thwarted first to get rid of the confuse, and then with the 3 resources right there, he played the Covert Ops, which removes 5 there, I believe. I think it's 5 from the from any scheme, so it takes 5 off the main, and also confuses the villain. So he's going to confuse the collector here. So I think he's playing a flip down, and he used a hero action on the main scheme, spend 2 resources to discard card from the collection. So I think he spends Starhawk and Winter Soldier for that. So main drops down to 4, and then no cards in hand, and then he got Nick Fury, the regular one, or the younger one, back to the collection. But let me think. So did he plan this out? So in the villain phase, if he flips down, the man goes up to 6. Silent Ghost schemes for 2. It goes up to 8. So he stays alive here actually, because Collector will not scheme because he's confused. Okay, so he's banking on an alter ego flip here. Interesting. We'll see what happens. And then another reason why I wanted to stay in hero form there was because if we drop the Collector down and we draw a powerful punch, we could actually play the powerful punch and do 4 damage to Collector. So yeah, I would have, yeah, and then that might have actually been some more damage that that might help us bring him down. So, see what it does. Okay, he's flipping down to Alter Ego here. He still has full life, and yeah, Collector is confused. Okay, so that's his turn. All right, we'll see what happens. I hope he doesn't deck out here, because if he gets 2 encounter cards, that's gonna be really rough. So he's drawn back up to 6 here. You gotta repost. And return to favor is probably kill shot, right? Dance of death. Okay. All right. So he did not draw a powerful punch. So that would not have been a good play to rely on the powerful punch there. But dance of death and return to favor. I mean, he has a kill in hand, right? So okay, as a villain's turn, he's adding 2 to the main. It goes up to 6. I don't think there's any decisions to make right now. Collector schemes, nothing happens because he's confused. Silent goes to scheme for 2, so it goes up to 8 out of 10. If it hits 10, we lose. And only 3 cards in the collection here, so it's not too bad. And we get 1 encounter card. Let's see what it is, guys. He got perfect, a side scheme here, so I think he has to kill. And yeah, I do want to know here with the Grand Ward thing. So he never reviewed a treachery here during the encounter phase. The only 2 treacheries that he reviewed this entire game was turn 1 with the 2 return of favors. And that means that if you just play Grand Ward after playing the 2 return of favors, everything would have been the exact same. So I think it was pretty much a clean game. It was just sequencing a little bit messed up there, but basically it would have been the exact same outcome. He was a little worried about that because the outcome wasn't like clean, but it would have been fine anyways, right? All I had to do was switch up the order for sequencing, and he still would have gotten the win right here, which we're going to see him get. So yeah, mistakes always happen in Marvel Champions. There's not really anything we can do. There's just a lot of rules, a lot of things to keep track of the board state. It definitely helps to play with other people to help you keep track of it. But yeah, I make mistakes all the time too. I think we need to be less like more forgiving with our mistakes. And it's something that I'm trying to learn too. I'm pretty unforgiving with my own mistakes, but all you guys always comment nice things. But yeah, we want to try to catch everything, but if we don't, I mean, it's okay. It's Marvel Champions. All right, so it's back over to his turn. I think he's got it here, right? You play. So let me just say what I would do first before he starts to do his turn. So I think it's pretty easy, right? He actually has the power novelist with Star-Lord, so I don't know if that's an option. I don't think we go for that, right? We just use 3 flip up to hero form, swing for 2, brings the collector down to 8. We use 3 resources to play the Dance of Death. It would do a total of 6 damage, brings it down to 2, and then Grant Ward just swings for 2 for the kill, and that's the kill shot right there. So I think I might have lost this game if I played, because I would have to take. We'll go a little bit back into the game after we finish this here, yeah. But yeah, it's super duper easy here. We just play the Dance of Death. Black Widow based attacks, Grand War based attacks. We do not need to play the Return of Favor and get a treachery because we have to review the treachery before we do the 5 damage with the Return of Favor. So that might be an advance, which makes us lose the game. So yeah, we'll see what Narb does here. So he is flipping up to hero form. I think he played. No, yeah, he's playing the Dance of Death. I was laughing because I thought he played Star-Lord there. Yeah, so he plays Dance of Death. So it's going to do a total of 6 damage in 3 instances, 1, 2, and 3. So he puts it all on the collector, brings him down to 4 life here. Yep, and then Black Widow swings for 2. No, wait, what the? Wait, what the? She's exhausting for a hero action. So that for a hero action, you can exhaust or spend 2 resources. He chose to exhaust her. So I think he's just flexing on us here. So he exhausts her to remove a card from the collection. And then, let's see. Did he play the Return to Favor? He played Return to Favor. He just flexed it. All right, so he got a treachery, which is Caught Off Guard. And Caught Off Guard, you have this card upgrade support control. If there is nothing, then the card will gain Surge. So he just surged into another card here. So whatever it's going to be, it's going to surge. Oh my good. Okay, so he got Shadow of the Past here. I forgot Black Widow's Nemesis. Does it stop us from the win? I don't think it. I hope it doesn't. That would be hilarious. So yeah, he should just attack first with Grant Ward here, because Grant Ward he had the lead play with those treacheries that he's getting right now. But he got all spent Star as a resource. I think that Nemesis isn't doing it. But now you got to shuffle everything up. Why are you flexing on us, Gnarl? You had to kill. And I'm not sure if that card right there, I think it's Crossbones. Yeah. So he does 5 damage with Return of Favor, and that's a game. All right, so let's actually go back here, and let's take a look. So I think if I was playing this game, I would not get the kill here. I think I would have lost this game here, because where we're talking about our decision differing here. Yeah, so right here. So after returning Starhawk back to the hand, I would have chose to stay in hero form here. So if I use 2 resources to play Starhawk back down, and then I throw for 1 for the main, drops it down to 7 out of 10. And then I spend 2 resources to discard a card from the collection. Black Widow swings for 2. So now the collector is going to be down to 8 life, and we're keeping Grant Ward up here, right? So we have Starhawk, Grant Ward and Black Widow up here, right? And then, yeah, okay. So let's see really quick what would have happened. So Collector would have attacked us, and what I'm worried about is, so now I'm skipping back over to the villain phase. Let's see. So after his turn, okay. So he draws back up. Collector would have attacked us, and we would have still 3 cards in the collection there. So I would have to block with Starhawk here, I think, right? He's sitting with the base of 3 with the Amplify. I have 9 life. If it's a boost of, let's say it's a boost of 2, it does. Oh man, yeah, I think I have to. Yeah, so I'll exhaust Starhawk here to block. And then what would have happened? What was the boost effect? Was it? No, wait. Oh, we didn't see the next encounter card. Because Magical Teapot would have been the boost card if we were still in hero form. So it would have knocked out Starhawk. We take 2 damage from the Psionic Ghost. Drops us down to 7 life. And actually, because we're trying to fade, we actually see what the next card was. So let's see what the next card was. So that encounter card would have determined. Was it the Caught Off Guard? It was the Caught Off Guard. Okay, so if we get a Caught Off Guard, it would have surged into Shadow of the Past, which doesn't do anything right away. So I think we could have still gone to win there. No, but Grant Ward triggering his thing, he would have let play and done 2 damage to us. So let's see if that happens here. Actually, I could have spent a mental resource. Actually, we would have spent 2 mentals because we reviewed 2 treasures, the Caught Off Guard and the Shadow of the Past. So let's just say I take Grant Ward's damage. So I take 2 more damage, drop down to 5 life here, and a Shadow of the Past comes out. And then instead of that side scheme, right? And then do we still have to kill in hand? We played Dance of Death and Black Widow swings. Okay, never mind. Okay, it would have still worked. We could have played Dance of Death and Black Widow swings for 2 for a total of 8 damage, and the collector would have had 8 life left. If we set up in hero form and have Black Widow just swing for 2, she would still be confused. But I think I still would have gotten the kill there. So yeah, I'm excited to hear about that. But yeah, Gnarl Antlers definitely got the kill here himself. I think he got the safer kill, flipping out to Alter Ego, and he took the huge risk of playing the Return of Favor there, and just yeah, massive risk there to try to flex on the collector, doing some extra damage and revealing another treachery needlessly. Because if you got an advance there, man, that would have been it. But yeah, he chose to go for it, and it was a very fun kill there. Definitely worth it for this shenanigans. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, Gnarl Antlers, for all of your support. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy this gameplay analysis. I think that we more or less had very similar, thoughts. And you might have actually said my decisions whenever you're playing this game, because we can't hear what you were saying, but maybe you actually said the exact same thing that I was saying, and you're trying to debate whether to do this line or that line, and you chose the one to flip down, which I think that ended up being the better choice there. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much again to Gnarl Antlers, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.